So a couple of things. One of my mentors at the very beginning of my career told me something that resonates with me today, and it's a tremendous piece of advice, and it's a piece of advice I would recommend you take heed to, which is that I should interview every year, no matter what, for a new job, a new opportunity. And the point there is one even if I'm like tremendously happy, like can't imagine myself anywhere else, I should just interview externally at least once a year, 365 days, do it at least once. And so I've done that. And I found it to be invaluable advice even today. And the reason is because one, it helps me really get a sense for what my market value is at all times. Like I always know what my value is, what my market value is, and what the demand is. Two, I kind of consistently get a sense for the skill set that is important and how that is evolving from a market perspective. And then three, you kind of get the chance to talk to your competitors a little bit and get a sense for what their secret sauce is under an NDA. And so that's always been helpful, but in some ways it's not so great because I end up jumping around a lot. But the other thing that is important for every subsequent role that I've taken is I'm thinking about how do I maximize the experience, right? Like, what am I looking to gain from that experience? And when I've got it, are there additional things I can gain? And if so, how do I get those? If not, I should move on. At the time when I was considering the opportunity with Yahoo, I had a couple other offers, and the biggest selling point for me, and it was kind of this interesting space in my career because, I'm a woman, I'm African American, I am always the only person who looks like me in the room, always, and a lot of my mentors who were technical, who had similar backgrounds, who I looked up to and who I wanted to be like, excuse me, they were all men. And I had women mentors, but they weren't necessarily in a technical function. So they were, phenomenal, but, they were doing marketing or maybe HR. And so I was finding myself in these situations professionally where, socially, a mentor of mine might have invited me to like a social event in an informal environment. And so, I would naturally go. Generally, I'd be the most junior person in the room or in the, in the environment at their house or, backyard, whatever. And socially, it was more appropriate for me to be with the group of women. And generally they were the wives. Professionally, it was more advantageous for me to be with the men. And I was always in this consistent internal struggle. Wait, so do I do what is socially appropriate, or kind of do I gravitate towards the conversations that I think are additive to my career? And these were the little things that were happening that made me realize that I really needed to seek out and find a woman who had the technical chops, who was extremely credible, who I looked up to, who I can learn from, who I respected from a mentor perspective. And again, this is not to knock or devalue the mentorship relationships I have with other women, because I have some tremendous mentors who are women. But so that said, that's the context. So then I got this offer from Yahoo, and Marissa called me. She's my CEO, Marissa Mayer, CEO. She called me, and we had a really phenomenal conversation about her career, what she's doing at Yahoo, her goals, her visions, and I want to be like her when I grow up. She is an amazing, amazing, amazing person. Phenomenal CEO, amazing leader, extremely technical, brilliant, and she happens to be a woman. And so I felt like for me, as I kind of think about the evolution of my career and what I was hoping to get out of my career, having an opportunity to learn directly from someone like her is probably worth my salary. Like, that's worth it. Like, that is worth it. And so for me, that was a deal breaker.